So we realize that a lot of people are living in fear. They're living in self-doubt, like almost all the time. They're worried about loss. They're worried about feeling rejection in love. They're worried about maybe not experiencing what it is they want to experience. So they're really afraid to do the things that they want to do. The fact of the matter is, us humans, we are hyper-focused in on the negative. We're always thinking about what is not going to happen. We're always thinking about the worst case scenario. If that's ever been you, then listen to Dr. Dispenza and what he has to say about your mind.
95% of who we are by the time we're 35 years old is a memorized set of behaviors, emotional reactions, unconscious habits, hardwired attitudes, beliefs, and perceptions that function like a computer program.
What we're thinking all the time is that there is a potential for failure. There is always that risk. That's something that we have to really understand. That is actually the first mindset shift, is really understanding that whatever it is that we want to go into is understanding that there is a risk for failure. We realize that if we want to experience a great love in our life, we have to learn to let go of the past. We have to learn to, basically just realize that, yes, we could get into another relationship and it could fail. We realize this is very true with everything in our life. It's very true in business too. If you have this really great idea and you want to start this business, but you're worried you're going to fail, you're worried you're going to spend all this money and you're not going to have any success. That absolutely can happen, but also as proof by lots of millionaires out there, people who are really killing it in businesses, that the opposite is true. You absolutely can create a great deal of success in a business. And the same thing is true in relationships. There's a lot of people, I spoke with a client just today who is very concerned about what she really wants in her life, whether or not she'll ever really see love, and if she'll be able to have that romance book type of love. And the fact of the matter is that what we have to do is we have to learn to let go of these fears, recognize them for what they are, and know that yes, there's a risk. But once you really are able to write down what it is that you want, really be able to create your life around what it is you want, then you can really focus your mind in on that and stop focusing in on the negative. You've likely been brainwashing yourself all of these years, but once you learn these mindset shifts, you'll be able to completely transform your life.
If you believe that your thoughts have something to do with your destiny, and you can't think greater than how you feel, or feelings have become the means of thinking. So if you think about it, people wake up in the morning, they begin to think about their problems. Those problems are circuits of memories in the brain. Each one of those memories are connected to people and things at certain times and places. And if the brain is a record of the past, the moment they start their day, they're already thinking in the past. Each one of those memories has an emotion. Emotions are the end product of past experiences. So the moment they recall those memories of their problems, they all of a sudden feel unhappy, they feel sad, they feel pain. Now, how you think and how you feel creates your state of being.
We realize that we are very physical beings, we're very spiritual beings, and sometimes we don't really use the power of our minds to really acquire the lifestyle that we want, to really go out and to create, to co-create all of the abundance that we are capable of creating, because we're so worried about the fear, the rejection, what we might lose, and what we might experience less of. So we're always looking at that part and we're unable to move forward. So another mindset shift that's really going to be able to just transform your life quickly is understand exactly how strong you really are. You don't see it because you live in your body. You've lived in this experience, your own life, all of these years, and you don't really see how strong you are. But just take a look in your past about a problem that you overcame. You remember when you were going through it, how hard it was, and you thought that you would never come out of it, but you did. Looking back on it now, look at where you are. You're so much better off. and everything is really going your way. Sure, it can be better, right? But we realize that we are strong. Look at what we have overcome. And this is a mindset shift that you need to have right now, and understand that whatever you're getting ready to experience, whatever you are getting ready to create in your life, that yes, there could be risk, as we were talking about in the first mindset shift, but that you are strong. No matter what will happen, you will come out of it stronger. You will come out of it in a way that is more abundant. We have to really get this mindset shift really working in our lives so that we can create better things, to create more abundance in our life. I remember when I was homeless, it seemed so incredibly bleak. I was sitting there on a milk crate. Back then we had milk crates. I know I'm dating myself, but I'm sitting there and it's on a dirt floor in a makeshift tent that we made as kids. And it was one of those things that I thought I was going to be here forever. I was hungry, and it was the hardest thing ever to live through, but I overcame that. And it was one of those things that actually changed my life forever. I no longer had to dumpster dive for food, but realizing that that was where I came from and how I was able to transition out of that, I realized that I'm incredibly powerful. So this is something that you have to do too. You have to realize that you have come out of the fire and you are stronger. So that is the second mindset shift that's really going to help you to transform your life for when times get tough, to help you move forward into really taking that leap to set that goal and achieve what it is you want to achieve.
So now they've lost their free will to a program, and there's no unseen hand doing it to them. So then a person can say with their 5% of their conscious mind, I want to be healthy, I want to be happy, I want to be free.
We have to really focus in on what we're doing in our life, especially if we're doing good things. I remember when I was volunteering, when I had my first child and my second child, I was ridiculed for volunteering. And I never thought something like that would ever be ridiculed. It seemed, so far-fetched that anyone would think that I was doing something wrong. Sometimes what happens is somebody thinks you're doing something wrong, and they're only seeing their frailties. They're seeing how they are not doing well, and they're looking at you as if it's a mirror. It's a reflection on them. But what we have to do is we have to live our lives doing what we think is right. We have to live our lives doing what we think feels right. And we have to stop caring what other people think. You have to really understand that the only way you're going to be able to transition into the life that you want and really be able to absorb that happiness and the love and success and fulfillment is for us to really just live our lives, to set those goals regardless of the risks, regardless of what other people think, and really just move into that life as if we're creating something really amazing. We realize that the graveyard is full of people who never lived their dreams, and we want to be able to not die that way. We don't want to die not being loved, truly deeply loved. We don't want to die with all of our hopes and dreams still inside of us. We don't want to die with all of the goals left uncreated. We want to be able to move into that best life, our best version of our lives. But we first have to get rid of that self-doubt, and that's what we're thinking. When we're really focused in on what other people are thinking, we're really taking a look at what will they say? It kind of feeds back into that first part we were talking about, where we're thinking that they're going to reject us in some way. We realize that we have to stop caring if they're going to reject us. We have to realize that when we are really thinking more about what other people want for our lives, we are shutting ourselves down. We are stopping ourselves from really living that full, joyful life. As I'm talking to you here, I'm thinking of a bonus mindset shift that's really going to help you a lot. Again, when you're really when you're really embracing these ideas and these concepts to your life, you become very confident. You become very bold and capable of doing so much more. So when I was thinking about these other 3 mindset shifts, I was thinking about this last one here. So as a bonus, number 4 here, I want you to understand that life doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it won't be perfect. But imagine the power in knowing that. We can create anything out of abundance, out of confidence, out of love. But when we're so focused in on everything having to be perfect, we can't manifest what it is we want. We can't create it. So understand, to the depths of your core, life does not have to be perfect, and understand how you will gain so much power from knowing this. Once you apply all of these mindset shifts, you will live your best life. You will stop doubting yourself. You will stop caring what other people think. You'll start creating better habits and better routines. You'll start to attract happiness. You'll start to manifest love and even money. Now, if motivation is a problem for you, an issue for you in your life, I've got a video for you. I'm going to link it here above and below. It's a video on how you can get your motivation back. All right, this is Sharon Lee. I will see you in the next video. I'm out.